Hello, everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Grace, a wife, a mother, a coach, a parent coach at that. So, in this YouTube channel, we talk about marriage, we talk about parenting, we talk about motherhood, we talk about health, we give health tips, we talk about career finance, we also talk about our work with God as women. So, on my YouTube channel today, I'm going to be talking to us about a woman in the Bible. She was known as the woman of Shunamites. You'll find this story in 2 Kings chapter 4, reading at verse 8 to through 37. So once upon a time, there lived a city called Shunem, and there was a woman in that city. So she was referred to as the woman of Shunamites. This woman had access to power. She was wealthy. She had properties. She was in real estate. She had access. She had access even to the palace. Name it. She was a mover and shaker of things. So a day something happened, and there was a prophet and the servant called Prophet Elisha. Prophet Elisha and the servant were just strolling in that community called Shunem. And so this woman of Shunammite perceived in her heart that it seems this man, I perceive in my spirit that this man is a prophet of God and probably is looking for where to stay. And so immediately she perceived that in her spirit. She did not dull at all. She did not zuzu. So what she did, immediately she ran home and met her husband and discussed with the husband. She discussed with the husband, my dear, my lord, my husband, while I was somewhere and I saw this prophet of God and his servants, I perceive in my spirit that they are looking for where to stay. And since we have rooms here in our house, we could probably make a room for the man and his servants. So she was suggesting that we could probably make a room for this man and his servants. And so the husband said, why not? We have rooms. Please go ahead. Make him comfortable. We have chef. We have domestic staff. Why not? Just prepare a room for him and make him comfortable. Make sure there is a table and a chair in the room. So she got the support and the permission of her husband. She ran to the prophet and told the prophet, prophet, oh, no vex, oh, perceiving my spirits that you're looking for where to stay. And please, me and my family will be humbled for you to come and stay with us for the time you'll be in this community. And why not? He accepted. He went, the room was already prepared. So he was there, the servant, until the number of days he accomplished what he went to the community to do. So he was about to go and he asked the woman, what would you want God to do for you? Because this your acts of kindness and generosity, Kai, I have not seen it before. Still, the story continues. So the woman said, prophet, nothing, I'm just doing it out of kindness, hospitality, and generosity. Because I know what it is to take care of a man of God. So it's just an act of kindness, nothing in return. And so the servant probably eavesdropped and said, Oga, master, I have observed in this house. This house is very big, but even as this house is big, I have not seen children running up and down. I have not heard the cry of a baby in this house. I know the house is very big, but master, I have not even seen them wash children clothes or hang it. I've not even seen them preparing all this cereal for children food. I've not even seen children jumping up and down, jumping from the window to the door, jumping on the sofa. I've not even heard the cry of a baby. Probably this woman needs a child. And so the prophet told her that, woman, by this time next year, you will carry your own baby. The woman said, oh, Jerry, I don't hear this one tire. There are a lot of prophets that have been, they don't prophesy, give me tire. They don't prophesy. In fact, man of God, my mind is not there again. I've accepted my fate. I have tried so many things. I have done this, I have done that in trying to conceive. I The lot of prophecy has gone that I will carry my own baby. But still, well, I just hand everything over to God and I've accepted my fate. So all those things could have dampened the spirit of the man of God, but he still stood on his word and said, by this time next year, you will carry your child. And he didn't need to do jump up and down. He said it and he said it, and that was all. And so he left. And so one day something happened. Children will always play up and down, will jump from here to there and all of that. So while the boy was, actually the prophecy came to pass and she had a child. The enemy does not stop at doing what he used to do, to steal, to kill, and to destroy, according to John 10, verse 10. And so the child was just playing, and all of a sudden, my head, my head. That was all. My head, my head. Ah, ah. So one of the domestic staff took the child to the father because the mom was not around. Took the child to the father, and Augusta, I don't know. He's complaining his head. He says, yeah, why are you bringing him to me? What of his mother? Take him to his mother. Just within the space of that time, take him to his mother. He died. My head, my head. He just died. And so the mom who went out came back. Say, madam, see, we just dey house, Junior been dey jump up and down, we been dey play, we no know, just say my head, oh. And that was it. So the mom did not even do anything. Carried the child, went back to that room. The bed that they made for the man of God, he just laid the child on that bed. And she went out to look for the prophet of God. She went out. And so when people were asking, Ma, what is it? She kept saying, it is well. This woman is one of the women I refer to her in the Bible as it is the well woman. She was not even, she didn't even tell anybody, say, my pikin don't die. No, it is well. It is well. Who does that? Who does that? This child was not unconscious. So the child was as in dead. He was not unconscious. Dead. And so she would have panicked. She would have carried removed her tie from her head and tie on her waist. Egbami o, egbami o, egbami o. My own don't finish. She did not do all of that. She went straight and told the prophet, your God has disappointed me. I've been doing my own jeje. I tell you, say this pikin something, if I have accepted my fate. You tell me, say, I go, now the pikin don't come. What is all this? And so the prophet told, okay, let us go back to the house. So he prayed over the child, and the child he brought the child back to life by the help of God. Dear woman, take home for us as women. What comes out of your mouth if you're faced with the vicissitudes and the challenges of life? What comes out of your mouth? When your back is hit against the wall, what comes out of your mouth? When you keep hearing bad news or bad reports left, right, and center, what comes out of your mouth? Is it that time that you exhibit your faithlessness? What comes out of your mouth? This woman, what kept coming out of her mouth is, it is well. It is well. It is well. With a dead child, it is well. So we need to be very careful of what comes out of our mouths when the enemy comes knocking on your door, when sickness comes knocking, when financial embarrassment comes knocking, when the landlord has given you quick notice, when you're about to be evicted from your house, when you receive a termination letter from your organization. You're expecting to be pregnant this month, and all of a sudden you see your menses, and you have been trying. You have had series of failed IVFs, and you were assured that this particular one is going to be successful. Then you wake up in the middle of the night, you want to go and ease yourself, lo and behold, there are blood stains on your nightgown. What comes out of your mouth? What comes out of your mouth, dear woman? We need to be very, very intentional about what comes out of our mouth. Because thou art ensnared by your words. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. She went and met the prophet, and the child was brought back to life. Another take home for us here as women is discernment. This woman was very wealthy. If you read her story, she was a wealthy woman. She had access to limit power. She was in real estate. But she was discerning enough. See, so in spite of her wealth, in spite of her wealth, in spite of her name it, influence and everything, she had the spirit of discernment. She was able to discern that this man no be anyhow person. I need to take advantage. I need to take this opportunity. This opportunity. God, I will not let this opportunity slide. You see, she was discerning enough. And so we need to be discerning as women. Another take home for us here is that this woman was submissive. There was submission under control. In spite of everything that she has, seeing this prophet of God, she would have said, the money is there. I can take decision without my husband. After all, the money is there. It's not just transfer that I'll make. I will just call the hotel manager of a particular hotel and they'll book room for him. After all, there are so many rooms, you see. But she left the man first, ran back to her husband and discussed with her husband. Women, we need to get to that point that irrespective of your academic qualification, you have 10 masters, 15 PhDs, irrespective of all of that, you are wealthy, you are CEO of so many multinational companies and organizations. That was submission under control. We need to be submissive. We need to be submissive, and she was. Another take home for us here is a dogged, a rugged, and a violent faith in action. See, some of these things now, good make person just read for book. E good make person just read for book. Because imagine having a dead child in your hand and you're saying it is well. That was faith. Faith in action. She was calling forth. The child was dead, but she refused to accept that the child was dead. She kept saying it is well. It is well. So that was faith in action. Then also too, another take home for us here as women, always let us learn to take things to God. Very, very important. Let us learn to take things to God. Everything concerning your children, concerning your marriage, concerning your career, your business, concerning your work with Him. Let us learn to take things to God. First, be vulnerable with Him. Pour out your heart to Him. The word of the Lord says, present your case and come with a strong reason. Cast all your burdens, cast all your worries onto Him. So we need to take everything to God first. You're struggling with parenting, you're struggling with motherhood. We need to take these things first to God. Tell Him where the thing dey pinch you, how e dey pinch you. Just open up everything and tell Him. And I tell you, you will not regret it. So I would love to read your comments in the comment section. What resonates with you with regarding this woman's story? Because this woman, she's a woman like me and you. What resonates with you? I would like to read your comments in the comment section. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Help us to share, like, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you so much. I'll see you in another video.